I hope you liked earlier. I think it was yesterday, actually. I hope you liked yesterday how I read you a book on the screen and so that you could see it, because I have another book that I want to read to us. And this book is a very cool book that we are going to get to learn. We're not just going to listen to a story today. We are going to learn a lot about the different places around the world and what those kids do there. So just so you have a little bit of an idea of where we're going with this, you will need your culture book at the end of this video, okay? You're going to need your culture book at the very, very end. But right now, we're going to listen and learn. And I'm so excited to read this book to you because I learned so much that I didn't know. So I can't wait for you to learn a bunch of things that you didn't know either. I'm going to make myself small again so you can see me down here in the corner. Hello. Hello, friends. There I am. This book is super special, and I hope you love it as much as I do. And this was a book that I just absolutely had to read to you. This book is called This Is How We Do It. So I'm thinking of the song going, "This is how we do it." But this book is not about that song. This book is going to show us 7 different kids. 7 different kids, and they live in somewhere that is not Kentucky, not Shelbyville, and not the United States. They live in a different country, and they have a lot different ways to do things. They have a lot of different ways to do things that we might not have ever heard of. So I'm so excited to show you how these people live. It is one of my favorite books I've ever found, and I think you're going to love it just as much as I do. So I'm going to show you this map, and this map is the world, which is crazy. This map is the world, and right here, this orange spot right here is the United States. This is where we live, and right where my mouse is, right where the tip top of my mouse is, this is like Kentucky, okay? And even smaller, you can't see it, is Shelbyville. So this is showing us where we are learning about from our book. If you've ever been to Florida, this little spot down here, the little part that's kind of like hanging off like a thumb, that's Florida. So all of these other places are the world. And we have a lot of different countries and a lot of different places that some of you may have never traveled to before. If your family is from Mexico, Mexico's down here. But this is showing us that we have friends that are going to be from this area. We have friends from right here, from over here, all the way right here, over here, down here, and then over here. We have a lot of different places that we're going to look at, and I hope that you love learning about this as much as I do. So our author of our story lives here in Chicago. So that's just a different state from us. The United States has a lot of different states. We live in the state of Kentucky. He lives in Chicago. So I am so excited to learn a little bit. This book is called This Is How We Do It, and it is one day in the lives of 7 kids from all around the world. So this is me. These are what our friends look like that we are learning from. So this friend right here where my mouse is from Italy, and his name is Romeo, and he is 8 years old. This friend, her name is, I think it's pronounced Kai, and she is 9 years old, and she's from Japan. This is Ribaldo, and he is from Peru. This is Daphne, and she is 7 years old, and she's from Uganda. This is our friend named Oleg, and he is from Russia. He's also 8 years old. This is, I think her name is pronounced Anyana, and she is from India. And this is Kian, and he is 7 years old, and he's from Iran. So our friends even look a lot different, and I love that because that shows us that people in our classroom, we all look different. Nobody looks the same. So all around the world, you can find people that look so different and so special and so unique. And this is where they live. So this is where they live in Russia, and they live in a second floor apartment. In Uganda, right here where my mouse is, make sure you just follow my mouse as I read. They live in this house, and it is made of wood and mud, and they live in a village. This is Italy, and they live in a house that is, look in their backyard. They have a vineyard, and that is kind of like a farm. So you could see that somewhere here in Shelbyville. But this is what their house looks like. I've never seen a house like this in Shelbyville. Down here, this is from Peru, and this is a house that his father built in the middle of a rainforest, so you can see the rainforest behind them. This is a house in Tokyo, Japan. It's one of the largest cities in the whole entire world. This is a very unique house. And then this is a second floor apartment, so kind of like up here in Russia. Our friend from Russia and our friend from Iran, they live in an apartment. And then in India as well, this is what their apartment building looks like. So if you live in an apartment, I don't think that your apartment building looks like the one in India or Iran. It might look closer to the one up here in Russia. So even if you live in a house or an apartment, they look so different everywhere you are. And this is who they live with. So I want you to look very closely and look at their family. Almost all of them have their mom in their picture. They have siblings. So I think, every friend has a sibling, a younger sibling or an older sibling. And most of them also live with their dad. But see, Miss Strohmeyer doesn't live with her mom. So that's even a difference for me, is that I don't live with my mom. So you might not live with your mom or your dad. You might live with grandma or grandpa. But in Iran, India, Peru, all of these places, this is their family, and this is what their family looks like. If you want to pause the video and look closer at their family, you can, but Ms. Strohmeyer is going to keep reading. And then this is what they wear to school. So this doesn't look like, on all of these pages, this isn't quite what we might wear to school. So in Japan, she can choose her own clothes, so she chooses this dress. In Iran, this is their uniform. This is their green uniform that they have to wear every day to school. In India, they also have a uniform, and their skirts are very pleated. You can see that they have lots of lines in them. They have to wear a tie. And in Russia, this is what they have to wear. They have to wear a black suit. But kind of like us, so Japan and Italy, they can wear, and even Peru down here, they can wear whatever clothes they want. So kind of like you guys, you have to wear shoes, you have to wear pants, you have to wear a shirt, but you can choose what you wear. And same with Uganda. Theirs is a uniform, and they have to wear red shirts and green shorts. So even I would have never thought that I had to think about that they probably wear something different to school too. And then this is what they eat for breakfast. So I want you to look very closely and see what they eat for breakfast. And I'm going to tell you about some of the things. So down here in Japan, they have rice and fish for breakfast. They have oats in Russia. That's what oats are right here. But they also have bread and apple juice. So that's something that is very similar to us. But I don't know if anybody here has rice or fish for breakfast. So that's something that's different. In Italy, look, this looks very similar. They have bread with some jam on it. Then down here in Peru, they have rice and chicken for breakfast. I would have never thought to have rice and chicken for breakfast. So everywhere you go, they might eat something different too. And then this is one of my favorite pages because this is how they go to school. Not everybody rides on a school bus to go to school like you do or rides in a car. So in Japan right here, this is Japan, she walks by herself to go to school. She walks through the city. And in Russia, she also walks through the city. And then same down here in Peru. But look at all of the places around them. They do not look the same as what it looks like for us. So you can always pause before Ms. Strohmeyer moves on so that you can see some more, you can look closer at these pictures. But all of these friends walk to school. And in Iran, they drive in a car. So that's like something that I have a connection with. I drove in a car to school when I was a kid. And also in Italy, they ride school buses. So I also did that. And then in India, they ride in a van or in a bus. But up here in Uganda, they have to walk with their friends, and they walk along this path in order to get to their school. So that doesn't look anything like what our school looks like. And then I want you to take a quick look at what their teacher looks like. This is what their teacher looks like. I'm not going to read you everything on this page, but you can pause it and look and see what their teachers look like. But their teachers don't look like Miss Strohmeyer. And then this is what it looks like inside their classroom. Some of them have desks by themselves. Some of them sit at tables. And then you can also see the friends up here who are all wearing a uniform, like we talked about. And there are only boys at this school. So school even looks very, very different for some of them. And then this is how they spell their name. So some of them don't use letters like we use. Some of them have a different way to spell their name. So I want you to look and see what they use to spell their name. So I see some letters over here like Daphne. She uses her letters, but some of our friends, like our friend in Japan, does not use letters, and they have a different way to write. So that's really cool too, that not everybody uses letters like we do. You may have not known that. And then you can pause and look at this picture if you want to see what they eat for lunch. But since we already talked about what they eat for breakfast, I'm going to keep going. And then this is how they play. So some of them might play a lot like we do. So up here, they're having a rock throwing contest, and they have a contest to see who can throw a rock the farthest. And in Uganda, they love to jump rope. So you might also love to jump rope. And in Russia, they love to play hockey. Now, hockey isn't as popular in the United States, but I know some of you do play hockey. But this is a very common thing that they like to do in Russia. And in India, it looks like they're playing in a park, which is something that we do at school. And there are a lot of friends down here. They're playing soccer. And then in Iran, they love to go horseback riding. That's how they play. So this might not look like how you play. And then in all of these places too, a lot of these friends have chores like you might have. So in Uganda though, they are sweeping the courtyard. So that's kind of their place outside of their house, and they're making sure that that's their job, is that they have to keep that space clean. And in Peru, they help plant on their family farm. I've never done either one of those things. I've never swept our courtyard, or I've never helped plant. But down here, these are some things that I think we all probably do. Maybe we help fold our laundry. Maybe we help take care of our animals in our house. This friend is taking care of their brother. This friend is cooking dinner, and then this friend is vacuuming. So these are some things that you all might do in your house, or you might see an older brother or your parents do, but that's how they help. And then these are pictures of how they eat dinner. So look at their dinner tables and see if it's similar to yours and how you eat dinner. Their dinner tables, some of them look like mine. Most of them look like they have their whole family there eating dinner. But Miss Strohmeyer doesn't always eat dinner with her family. Sometimes I eat dinner by myself. And then this is what they do in the evening time for fun. So some friends are playing chess up here. Other friends are playing board games. They relax with their family. They watch cartoons on TV. They work on their homework, and they read. So some of those things I have a connection with, because I read at night, and sometimes I also watch TV. And I want you to take a really close look at this picture, because this is where they sleep. I never thought that people sleep in a different place or a different area than I do, but people sleep in a different place. Like, for example, down here where my mouse is, this person in Uganda, this is our friend, they have a net around their bed. I hope you can see that. And that net is a mosquito net. So that protects them from bugs coming in their house and from mosquitoes biting them in the middle of the night. So they sleep with a mosquito net, which is something that I've never seen before. But some of these other beds and these rooms might look similar or different from where you sleep. But something that is similar for everyone is that this is their night sky. The cool thing about wherever we are in the world, we all can look up and see the same stars at night. We can all look up and see the moon. We all have the same sky. We all have the same clouds and the same sun. So even though all of those things are different, everything is different about them, they all still have something in common, and that's the night sky. And then these are real pictures and not just drawings. So you can pause this and look close too, to look not just at the people, but look at where they are and where it looks like they're standing. I love looking at all of these people, and you can pause it here if you want to. But I want to explain to you what our I want to explain what our activity is for you, and we are going to work on a culture book that's all about us. You're going to be working on this not just today, but also on Friday. So you do not have to finish this whole entire book today. You will have plenty of time to do it also on Friday. Okay? So in your culture book, you are going to write about a lot of things. Okay? And when you're finished with this, you're going to record a picture or a video on Seesaw sharing some of your pages. But you're going to include pictures and drawings and descriptions, and you're going to celebrate your culture because your culture is different than everybody else's culture. Everything that you just saw in this book, yours is probably different because you're special and you're unique. So you're going to show me you because everybody looks different. You're going to draw a picture of yourself. So this is you. And then you're going to draw a picture of your friends. These are my friends. You're going to show me where you live. You're going to show me who you live with. So not just where you live, but who you live with. You're going to show me what you wear to school. You're going to show me what you like to eat. You might have some special things at your house that you like to eat that's different from us. And then you are going to show me what your teacher looks like. So I'm your teacher, so everybody's page is going to look very similar, but I'd love to see what your teacher looks like. You're going to show me what you do for fun. What you do for fun. Remember, some of our friends jumped rope. They had rock throwing contests. Some of them went horseback riding. That's what they do for fun. And then on the last page, you're going to tell me where your family came from. So some of our friends' families in our classroom, maybe they came from Mexico. Miss Strohmeyer's family came from Germany. So Germany, I can actually show you really quickly if we go all the way back to the beginning of our book. There we go. If we go all the way back to the beginning of our book, I'll show you where Germany is because Germany is very far away. So this one, you might need help with your family for them to show you where Germany is. So remember, we are right here where Miss Strohmeyer's mouse is, and Germany is all the way over here. Germany is all the way over here. So it's a very different place. It's a different country. But that's where Miss Strohmeyer's family is from. So you're going to show me on this page where your family is from. And then that will be the end of your culture book. You will have written a book all about your culture. And remember, that word culture just means the way that you live and the way that all of the things around you, because it's different. Every single house, every place that you go. So you are going to work on your culture book right now. You can pick some pages to work on, and you might need someone to help you read each page. And I cannot wait to learn all about your culture. But remember, you do not have to finish this whole entire book today because you're going to have time to finish it on Friday. So your Seesaw post will probably have to wait until Friday in order to do that, okay? So go ahead and get started, and I can't wait to learn so much about you.